like to join me. So I'm the one that's going to come up here and talk about getting moving. So of course I'm going to have all y'all stand up. So can we stand? Stand up. And I'm going to divide you all into two. So if the two in the middle just kind of to the side. And I'm going to give you two words. This side, your word is peace. So when I ask you, what do we want? I want you to say peace. This side, what do you want?
Peace.
What do you want?
Balance.
What do you want?
Peace.
What do you want?
Balance.
Rock with it.
Peace.
What you want?
Balance.
What you want?
Peace.
How you gonna get it?
Balance.
All right, y'all. I am not a personal trainer. I'm not a nutritionist. I don't even think I have to get up here and tell you the two main things they tell us to do to get in shape. What is the two main things you always hear when they say, I want to get in shape, I want to get fit? What's the one? Diet. What's the other? We know this. So it's not about the diet. So what is it? I don't think it's one main thing because I think we're all uniquely made. So health is not a size, it's not a one size fit all, it's not a look. I am a wife, I'm a mom, my twins are 5 and very busy. I have a career. I'm not one of those Instagram fitness models, that's not my thing. But I can tell you what I also know. I know that I lost my mom to cancer when she was just 48, and I lost my dad to heart failure when he was just 54. And the doctors say, genetically or statistically speaking, you can have those same illnesses or health issues if you don't make mindful changes within the things that you eat and how you move your body. So people always say, well, how do you find the time? You're juggling all these things. Where do you find the balance and how do you find the energy and the motivation? And I say, well, now my why is different. Initially, when I first had the boys and I gained all the weight and it was a bit uncomfortable, it was about being a snatch mom. I want to be fit mom. Yes. But then when I lost my parents, my why became a little bit different. I just want to be around y'all. I want to see them grow up. I want to see their kids grow up. I want to have the energy to chase them. They fast little boys. So my why became a little different. So when I don't feel like it, I just think about what I'm doing in lieu of not doing my workouts or in lieu of not making better eating habits or making better decisions. So when we talk about peace and balance and why I went there, when you think about peace, what comes to mind for you? Less stress? Stress-free. Yes. Stress-free. When you think about balance, what comes to mind there? The juggle, right? Just the kids, the job, the significant other. Health and wellness is not just nutrition and eating. It's a mental thing. And if your mind's not there, you can know all the workouts in the world and what to eat, you just simply won't apply it. So it's a nutrition thing, it's a fitness thing, it's a strategy. So I want to talk about a few things that I do, what I call protecting my peace. These are things that I apply to my life to make sure when I have these lists of goals that I'm waking up every day and I'm aligning my activities to meet these goals. Otherwise, I'm just talking, right? So I go back to the basics. Number 1, know that you and only you can make you happy. There's no one, there's nothing that's going to make you happy. It's an inside job.
Right.
Things may brighten the day, make you feel a little better, but at the end of the day, if you don't love yourself, no one can do that for you. The second thing is love, appreciate, and altogether hold responsibility for where you are in your life right now, where you live, the shape that you're in, your significant other. All of these things are a sum of decisions and choices that you've made up until this point. So guess what? If you want a different outcome, you can make some different decisions starting today, as Renato was saying. The third thing I wanted to mention was we're so busy right now. We always got things going on. It's so important that we take time to be still. That could look like prayer. It could be meditation. And if you don't know how to meditate, YouTube has everything. You can meditate for 3 minutes to an hour, guided meditation. Just sit and just be quiet and be still. Take some deep breaths. I want everybody to take 3 deep breaths with me right now. Feels even better when you do it outside in the fresh air. When you start feeling the stress, you just can't get that mental clarity. The fourth thing is pulling away from the electronics and focusing on what's in your household, whether that's your kids, your husband. Turning to them and, how was your day? Let's have dinner together. Let's play a board game. Let's go for a walk. Take that man in your life and, do that special move he like, Pay him give him some special attention, right? I talk a lot about decluttering. If you're serious about putting together a real workout regimen, do you have a space that you've cleared out so you can lay out your dumbbells or your yoga mat? Have you cleared out that space in your refrigerator or pantry where you can put your healthier meals? Making room. And I understand that health and fitness and working out, that's not a goal for everyone. So you can remove health and fitness and put that thing that is important to you in that spot if you want to be an author or a writer. Have you cleared our desks and made room to type things out and write things out? Eliminating distractions. We have a lot of distractions, y'all. We have TV, Hulu, and Netflix. You can be tired for hours, a whole weekend. Social media, useless social media. Social media can be a good thing, promoting your business, staying in contact with your loved ones. But it can also be a huge distraction. We have to be protective of what we're seeing, what we're hearing, because everything we see and we hear, we internalize and process, whether we try to or not. So it can have a direct effect on our mood. Do that thing. This one may sound a little irrelevant, but sometimes we just can't get to that next step because we have this one thing that's really, really weighing on us. So do that one thing that if you did, it's going to alleviate a lot of stress. For me, at one point, Renata, that was calling Sally Mae, answering her calls. Listen, sent her the voicemail. I had to answer the call one day. You know what? Having that conversation was relieving, especially when I knew she wasn't taking my tax return. So, do that one thing that relieves stress. Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty, the fitness and nutrition. When it comes to working out, like Renata was saying, this is something that you have to start gradually, adding things in. So if you have a phone with you, I would like you to take it out. There's an app I want you to download today. It's a free app, and it's called C25K. It's a free trainer app. And if you've ever used it, it basically teaches you how to go from walking to running over an 8-week period, about 3 to 4 times a week, about 20 to 30 minutes. You can add music to it. It was the thing I went to after having the boys that got me back into working out. So you'll start off walking, start slowly, just walking and jogging. Use YouTube. YouTube is free. You can work, whether you have 5 minutes to an hour, and set yourself up a schedule. But I challenge you to do 6 to 7 days a week. Try not to go any less than that because 1 rest day turns into 2 rest days, turns into 3-4 months. Right? And when I say every day, I mean 20, 30 minutes, no more, no less. Don't make it too hard on yourself. Keep it fun. I heard this thing when they say, if you're working out and it's fun, you're not doing it right. There's some truth to that, there is some truth. But you can add variety. You can use weights, you can do cardio, yoga for flexibility. When it comes to these meals and eating cleaner, my motto, eat clean, train lean. When it comes to eating cleaner, that's the part where we really struggle a lot. We eat out of sheer convenience. Pancakes is quick. It is quick. My boys love chicken nuggets. It's quick and it's easy. But one of the things that I found that worked for me, number one, Aldi is my favorite store, y'all. Aldi makes it really easy, and their prices are great. But when you're in your grocery store and you walk in, right, shop the outside perimeter first, because those are the things that are a little bit better for us. So when you think about it, it's what's the produce, then you get to your meat, your chicken, your fish, you get to your yogurt, your cottage cheese. All those things are typically on the outside. And then when you look at the things that are in the middle aisles that you can use, like your grains and your beans, like your rice and oatmeal, those things. But it's that other stuff that kind of pulls us that we want to try to stay away from. So if you stick with the outside perimeter first, when you're planning your meals, that's going to make it a lot easier. I also would suggest 5 to 6 meals a day versus the 3 larger meals. That way you don't get that heavy feeling and you can work that off. I also highly encourage getting to, as close as possible, 1 gallon of water a day. At one point, I used to say, I don't like water. That was me, I didn't drink it. Don't make me drink it, it doesn't taste good. But it is at the point now where my body craves it because I have it so much in juice and sodas. I don't really like it as much as I used to. So you'll gradually get to that point. So when you start incorporating the walking, the C to 5K, the drinking the water, the cleaning up the meals, you're going to see a difference. This last one, writing out your goal every day, reading it to yourself every day. And I say write it out in present tense, like an affirmation. For example, I work out consistently. I have a consistent workout regimen. For me, I have about 10 things I write out a day. Working out is just one of them. Every day. And what that does is it causes you to have like a mindset change. It changes your belief system, becomes a habit to see that every day. And what that also does is it allows you to be more protective of how you spend your time. Like you budget your money, you're gonna budget your time. And you don't let just any old thing interfere with that or any old body interfere with that. You become very protective of yourself. So when you write down that affirmation, I also want you to make it, you ever heard of SMART goals? Make it specific. So I work out consistently. I want you to write your 5 whys and your how. Who are you doing this for? I do this for me. Whether I post it on social media or not, I still want to get my workouts in. I know whether Renata posted on social media, she's going to do her finances. Chris is going to do her makeup and her modeling, whether she shares it with us or not, because it's a passion, it's become a lifestyle. But you have to do it for you and no one else. What exactly are you trying to do? Are you trying to lose weight, gain weight, just tone a little bit? What exactly are you working towards? Why? Why are you doing it? Why is it important to you? When? Get this specific. When for me, 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m., my kids are going to school, I have an hour before I get to work. That's perfect time for me. If I don't make it in the morning, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., perfect hour because the kids are in bed. I don't have any distractions. But what does that time look like for you? And when you find that time, let's schedule it in and make sure it happens. Let everybody know, okay, mommy's busy. I'm busy during this time. This is my time. The where. Are you going to work out at home? I personally am not a fan of the big gyms, so everything I do is usually in my garage or at home in my living room in front of the TV. It makes it very easy. Just put my shoes on and I go. But for some people, they like to be in the gym. That works for them. And the how. How are you going to make this happen? Are you going to use YouTube videos? They're out there. They're free. You can make your own schedule out. Are you going to get Monique's Diamond Breakthrough Workbook? How are you going to make it happen? So, distraction is going to happen, y'all. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about distraction. It comes at a time when you're trying to improve yourself. See, today we're talking about empowerment and making changes and positive changes. And what does life do when you try to make positive changes? What happens?
Negative stuff happens.
Everything goes wrong. Something comes up, and it can be a little thing. You're getting your stuff ready. You got your shoes on. You got your water bottle. You getting ready to go to the gym, and the phone rang, and it's your good friend. You know how the guy say your good girlfriend? And she called to tell you about what Robert done did. And you know this ain't the first time that Robert done did what he did. So you ready to sit down and have this conversation, but you think, no, I'm not going to do it. So you put it on speaker and you let her talk. And you listen, because that's your good girlfriend. And you listen. And you say, well, it's what I hear you affirming is you want a life free of Robert and his drama. She's like, what? Like, no, because we're talking about things we want in 2018. So you're affirming that you want a life that's free of Robert and his drama. Oh, yeah? All right, girl, write that down. And I want you to write down your who, what, when, where, how, and why. And when I get back from the gym, we're going to talk about this. But you keep going. You don't let it distract you. You don't sit down and you not go. So I want to wrap this up in saying, love yourself. And if you are looking to focus on health and wellness, make it about the physical, the mental, but more so your own personal growth. Not for anyone else, not for a look. It's relieving of stress. It's living longer. It's the one thing that I do for me that's the best thing I can do for the people that love me. Taking the best care of myself. So I want to wrap it up saying that I do have a workbook. I have a Facebook page where I post workouts. If you do have any questions for me or want to share any ideas or anything, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and I also have a few books with me today if anyone is interested. Thank you.